In my last video I got some thrust burning 3D printed fuel, and by 3D printed fuel I mean plastic, like regular plastic that is used to make Legos.
You see, the cool thing about burning stuff with pure oxygen is that you can make almost anything into rocket fuel. Plastic, tampons, candles, even tomatoes. Especially tomatoes. In my case, I used ABS plastic, which is short for acrylonitrile butadiene styrene. Yeah, that's why you have a short for it.
ABS burns pretty intensively, like the love between Shrek and Fiona, but someone on my Discord server told me there's an even more powerful plastic, ASA or ASA, which burns like the hate I have for tomatoes. So that should be an interesting show because, as you know, hate always defeats love.
You can put that on my tombstone.
So, I 3D printed 2 fuel grains, one in red ABS to represent love, and one in ASA or ASA that represents pure hate. I didn't have any more colors. A rocket fuel grain is just a cylinder with a hole in the middle that burns inside out. Depending on what shape you give your hole, you get different thrust profiles. In my case I used a star shape that should give me a constant thrust. My problem on the last video was that I didn't really have a nozzle, so the exhaust gases were going all over the place. This time around I decided to 3D print one.
I can't really 3D print a nozzle in plastic. It would be vaporized in a matter of seconds, so instead of that, I used my fancy ceramic resin.
What I normally do is use a resin called porcellite that is a mix of 83% ceramic powder and 17% resin. Because I don't really want any resin there, I burn it out using my kiln. In the end I get a part that is very heat resistant.
The problem with that process is that when you remove 17% of the mass of an object, it tends to shrink, and because ceramics is not the most flexible material on Earth, you also get cracks. Up until now I could only print objects with a max thickness of 1mm, but that all changed, thanks to this big boy.
This is a special printer sent to me by the brand that produces the porcellite resin, and what makes it special is that it allows me to print a thicker resin called Bison, which only has 5% resin. Thick. The name of the printer is Bison 1000, which is way too fancy for this channel, so I called it Bob.
Now I can print 1 centimeter thick parts. Supposedly. Let's put that to the test.
I 3D modeled an Aerospike nozzle and separated it into 2 parts, so the print wouldn't take 40 hours. After that I turned it into G-code and fed it to Bob.
Now that I have a ceramic nozzle, I should get more directed flow and thus more thrust. But on my last video I had another problem. Sometimes the fuel grain doesn't really burn evenly. I get hot spots and the walls rupture. What I need is like a casing that can support the fuel grain. I could 3D print a ceramic one, but that's like killing a fly with a cannon. Also the print will take a long time. So I decided to use metal.
The idea is to use a steel tube as a main frame and cap one of the ends using sheet steel metal, and welding.
That seems pretty simple on paper, but I don't really know how to weld. Well, can't hurt to try, can it? Can it?
Warning: this part of the video contains strong flashes of light and very bad welds. If you have a medical condition or experience as a welder, don't watch this. Also, don't make comments saying that even your 12-year-old kid can weld better than me. That hurts my feelings.
Okay, I'm gonna start by cutting this big bar of steel that has 35 millimeters in diameter. I'm gonna cut it at 150 millimeters in length. Yes. Right now I possess the tube, but I still need to cap one of the ends, which will be this one, and I'm going to use mild steel. And I know what you're thinking, Texa, you need to use stainless. Yes, I couldn't find stainless, so I'm using mild steel. I think it's mild steel, I don't know. It's steel. And it's here. 1 millimeter mild steel. Let's get it out. Okay. I have the piece of the steel. Now I need to bend it and weld it. Yeah. So, this is the result so far. As you can see, it's still bad, but I think it's not that bad. I mean, I'm getting somewhere with this. Don't you think? I still need to weld this, so I have no leaks. Yep, let's do that. Look at this. Huh? Now I have my perfect shitty welding corner. That's not too bad, is it? I have my support, my very, very old chair, and my crappy machine for my crappy welder. Let's do this. The gloves. I forgot the gloves. I don't want to see any more comments saying, Joel, you need to wear gloves. It's grinding time!
Cold like 0 degrees. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in the cage, I'ma let out the hood, out the hood, out the wake up, get out the sheets. We came for one man, forget that piece. You take the west side, take out the east. I'ma put them in the cage, never let out the slide.
Not bad at all, is it? I mean, it is. It's pretty shitty, but I'm making progresses, and the grinder really helps. Yeah, let's keep going. I still need to plug the insert here. And for that I need to make a hole. Let's make the hole. So, to stick this adapter into the rocket, I used brazing, which is basically a process in which you use a torch, a very hot one, to basically melt metal and stick it to the rocket. To do that, I used this very small brazing kit. And because my head works in a very simple way, before I started this rocket series, I thought to myself, oh, this is kind of a rocket, right? But doesn't have a combustion chamber. So I used these bottles of oxygen as an oxidizer supply for my rockets, which doesn't work very well because they don't have a lot of pressure and thus the rockets are not very powerful. To fix that, I got a bigger one.
This new bottle of oxygen is not only bigger, but also contains more pressure, about 200 bars, which is enough to scare me into wearing protection glasses. Normally when I get scared I also get excited, so I 3D printed 2 more nozzles and assembled the engine.
That's what I'm talking about. Tight fit. So I have the fuel in there. I need to couple the nozzle. Look at that! Looks like a rocket to me. With the rocket ready to be exploded, I meant tested. I still need a testing stand. So I 3D printed a support in ABS, and I used the linear guide that I removed from my old printer. Yes, you heard me right. I 3D printed the support in the same plastic that I'm using as fuel. I know, I'm a genius.
After giving a cold test to the engine, I fixed the entire setup on a vise outside. Yes, I'm testing engines outside now. Aren't you proud of me? Don't forget to subscribe.
So, I'm gonna be there, near the oxygen. The rocket is here, and Katerina will be there. Hi, Clara. Okay. I need to connect the oxygen. Okay, so because of the geometry of the Aerospike engine, I can't really put a sparkler in there. So what I'm gonna do is try to use a syringe to inject some alcohol in there, then light it up, and then open the oxygen. Let's see if that works. Okay. Is it burning? I can't tell. Wait, the lighter is not working. Oh, it is. Okay. Click it. Is the nozzle still okay? Oh. There's metal here, Katrina. Come see this. I don't know why. Do you see that? It's metal. Where is the metal coming from? I mean, the nozzle is still intact. I think it's broken though. Okay, let's go. Wow! Oh my god! Is the nozzle still there? No, it's not. Well, we might all... Wait a second, let's just go all the way. Keep going. The nozzle just got projected. Look at that. The nozzle is burning. Hell yeah! Firefighter Katrina. Woo! So we're about to test the Delaval nozzle. It's 12 millimeters. Let's see if it survives this time. Yeah. I'm gonna use the sparkler this time because I can actually use the full length of it.
Run.
Okay. Wow! That's a lot of damage. I'm guessing I didn't glue the body to the cylinder properly.
Wait.
Okay. Yeah! But the nozzles are being completely destroyed. I need to find a new way to make the nozzles. Still pretty powerful. Jesus Christ. It's metal. For sure it is. If I can take just a little bit so you can see. Look, it's there. I have no idea where the metal is coming from. Maybe it's coming from the brazed insert, or maybe the engine is running so hot that it's turning the alumina powder into aluminium. I'm not really sure. What I do know for sure is that I need a metal nozzle, because ceramics isn't cutting it. Maybe I can cast it, or machine it, or even 3D print it in metal. Yeah, that's not happening. A metal 3D printer costs more than everything I'll ever own in my life. I can live with that, but what I can't accept is the fact that some of you guys don't even have a plastic 3D printer to make your own rocket fuel. Unacceptable! That's the reason why, on my last video I gave away a 3D printer to the most liked comment suggesting a theme for a future video. The winner was Jeff Lopez, and he suggested that I could build a fusion reactor. You guys really want to see me blow up my house, don't you? If you also want to win a 3D printer, all you need to do is subscribe to the channel, leave a like on this video, and post a comment suggesting a theme for a future video. The most liked comment will receive a brand new 3D printer. Well, this is everything for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and remember, tomatoes are disgusting. See ya!